Well, dinner has been eaten and it's still nice and daylight, and I would very much like to get some progress, if only to get the joists out of the way. You know, they've got to go in here. Now, this job has sort of interesting moments, and one of the interesting things is that nothing on this job is square or straight. If we look at this side, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, what shall we call them? Rafters. And they sit on a timber. And what we want is to put the joists across between those rafters and the rafters on the other side. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4. And we follow the roof up and we look and oh goodness gracious, look at this interesting piece of work. And we come round and we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 4 one side and 5 the other. Yeah, well, there's got to be a way of dealing with that, hasn't there? We found a way of dealing with this broken beam. That has got studding drilled up through it with nuts and plates and things. Over the top of it, it has got a piece of timber the same dimension as that but laid down. And it's got 2 joists, one on either side of this broken beam, which are fixed so that ain't going anywhere. Structurally, that's a good splint. So if we can solve a little problem like that, a little problem like having 4 on one side and 5 on the other shouldn't really cause us that much difficulty, should it? And I think the answer is we're going to put 1 on this side of that joist, but we're not going to put it on that one. We're going to put it on the other side of that one. Yeah. Which of course means that it's not going to be parallel to this one. It's going to be at a wonky sort of angle. But looking at these, once that one is in, the others will be parallel-ish. Yeah, nothing else for it except to stick a tape measure across this and see exactly how many millimetres I need to cut it. And what sort of notching I need to cut into the end of it so that it sits on that. So it will have a bird's mouth that sits on that. Yeah, know what I'm doing. Well, that's cut to the overall length. The next trick is to throw it up through that window. I suppose I better go upstairs and open the window before I do that. I'll be marking and cutting the birds' mouths upstairs so that I can take the measurements straight off the wall and put it straight on the timber. but in truth I think that's me done for tonight. Yeah. And while I've got it open, I could clean it, couldn't I? Well, just one piece. And this will be the view from my bedroom window. Not that I intend to sit in my bedroom looking at the view, but, you know, that's the view. I've looked and you cannot see the chateau. Now, some of you might say, oh, that's a shame. But those of us that are painting window frames cream or ivory think that's a very good thing. If a building in the town is visible from the chateau, then it's subject to various historical restrictions on what you can or can't do, including things like painting or changing the colour of window frames or shutters. And because this building can't be seen from the chateau, some of those restrictions don't apply. So not being able to see the chateau, I think that's not a bad thing. But there we are, that's, as I say, that will be the view from my bedroom window when this job is, oh, what's that word? Finished. Yeah, that won't be next week. Well, life is nothing if not interesting. And when you start getting into the detail of things, the joists are going to sit on this timber. And it would be good if they were roughly level. Be better if they were perfectly level. So we get into the business of measuring and looking at things, and we plonk the level on that timber. Yeah, it's going to need some packing pieces as we move down the job. But there we are. Better to find out before you get too carried away. Well, that's the first one in place, not fixed, but in place. And when you get something in place before you fix it, it's always good just to have a little look. That's pretty close, isn't it? Yeah, that will do.